What is up, my film critics? It's your director, Caleb Barcelos, and I'm back reviewing a movie. Today's review is Soul. It stars Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Graham Norton's in this too. Angela Bassett is also in this movie. So it's directed by Pete Docter, the same guy that did Inside Out, Up, and Monsters, Inc. So instantly, I wanted to see this movie. It was supposed to be released in theaters, but it was dropped off on Disney Plus on Christmas Day, so I went to check it out. And it looked really good. I would love to see this in theaters if it could have been, but, you know. So, yeah, Jamie Foxx plays a middle school music teacher named Joe Gardner. And when he's teaching music in his class, the students are not very good at playing music, except for one girl, Connie, who is really good at playing music. And he is he's working there part-time. And when he's offered a full-time job, he really does feel like, oh man, I gotta take this class a full-time job now. And after that, he gets a call from Questlove, not the Questlove, but it's voiced by Questlove, and that was his former student at his class. He grew up to be an adult, and so he gets him an audition opportunity at the half note, and then he meets his idol, the person that he has admired ever since he's a kid. And she's played by Angela Bassett. I hope I said her name right. And she plays Dorothea Williams. And this is the best introduction to one of the side characters or main characters, because the animation in this movie is so beautiful. The shadows, the lighting, and the shine on the brass of the saxophone when she's playing. Guys, it's so beautiful. The same way how I feel about Toy Story 4 at the beginning, where they have to save what's that character called? The car? When he's in the mud and it's raining. Guys, the animation in that movie looks breathtakingly real. I couldn't tell if it was animated or not. Same way with Soul. It was just so beautiful looking to look at. So anyways, spoilers, by the way, if you saw the title. So yeah, Joe Gardner gets the job opportunity. He finally gets to have a gig to work at the half note. And shortly after, he falls through a manhole and dies. Yeah, he dies. And he becomes this blob, which is a soul. And he's going to the great beyond, not to be mistaken with Sausage Party. I feel like they might have taken inspiration of that title. But anyways. Yeah, Joe goes to the great beyond. And then he's freaking out. This is all sudden for him. And so he falls down into the great before. And the great before is where souls are just being developed. This is where young souls are learning and finding their personalities, finding their spark. And he's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be at the great beyond, like heaven, I guess. And there's a lot of Terrys or Jerrys in this movie. It's so confusing. Counselor Jerry, there's Terry. You get what I'm saying. The animation was really good on the blobs of souls. And even these, I don't even know how to describe them. I think these are souls too. But it's like a 2D mixed with a 3D model. It was really interesting to see that. So, yeah. He goes to the great before and he's not supposed to be there. And then Terry, I think, Terry finds out there's a missing soul. And so he or she, I can't tell if this is supposed to be a he or she because he has a boy name, but I don't know. So anyways, he's supposed to find out who that missing soul is, and so he's looking in the file cabinets. And so while Joe Gardner is in the great before, he becomes a mentor. He has a fake badge that says I don't even remember the person's name he's trying to pass off as, but he's not Joe Gardner presenting himself like that. So anyways, he has to mentor a soul named 22, and she's played by Tina Fey, and she plays this character like a very bratty, annoying character. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh great, here we go. Here comes the bratty character. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But she doesn't want to go to Earth. She doesn't want to go to Earth, but Joe does. This sets them as polar opposites. And so she finds out that it's actually Joe Gardner. He's not the person that he's passing off as when he's finding out that he's a mentor for her. And so she finds out he has a passion for music And so, in a way, they try to help each other out. She's trying to help him go to Earth, but he's also trying to help her find her spark. And so she does a lot of these things like archery or rocket stuff and going to the library. So she's just trying to find her spark, what she's good at, what she likes. And so she can get an Earth badge, and so she can give it to Jamie Foxx, and so he can go to Earth. It's pretty fast talking, I know. And then they come across that they go inside this box when they realize that there's nothing else to do, and there's only one thing they can do: go in this box. And they go into this world where they meet Graham Norton, Moonwind, I think's his name, yeah. And so he's just trying to help Joe get back to Earth as well. And then when they end up succeeding, 22 falls because they see that Joe is still alive in the hospital bed. And so they fall into together. But now Joe is in a cat and 22 is in his body. And now the whole movie is literally different bodies. So Joe Gardner is not in his own body, he's in a cat, and 22 is in Joe Gardner's body. And now they're just trying to find Moonwind, trying to find out how they can reverse this effect so they can go back into the Great Before and switch their bodies again. And while Terry is still finding Joe Gardner, like, he finds out, or she, I'm just gonna say it finds out that it's Joe Gardner missing, and so it is looking for Joe Gardner in the real world, and so it's just trying to get it back. Okay. So while 22 is in Joe's body, she discovers like what Earth's really like, and she loves it. Like, she loves the real world, how it is, the way she can taste food, the way she experiences emotion, and just life itself. Now, it's a really beautiful movie. It has a lot of like great messages in here for kids and maybe for adults. And it feels very adult, much like Inside Out. And I'll talk about that movie someday. But I like this movie a lot. It's beautifully animated. And there's a beautiful message in there about experiencing life and finding your spark. But your spark's not the thing your passion is about. It's about when you're ready to face the real world and just live life. Joe finds this out later on when 22's telling him my spark could be just walking and just tasting food. And Joe's like, that's not really a spark, 22. That's just living real life. And it's just a beautiful movie. It was really good. This isn't my number one favorite Pixar movie by a long shot. It's great. It's like up there as my 25. It's up there as my top 5. So it's on Disney Plus. Check it out, guys. I'm going to give Soul an A- as well. 3 A-minuses in a row. Who would have known? And in the same day. Like, I'm recording this after Richard Jewell, and I record Richard Jewell after Mank. So I did all this in one sitting. And my phone's about to die pretty soon. So I'm just speeding this up. It's great, guys. The only problem I had with Soul, upon another issue I had with it, is that, one, I didn't find it nearly as funny. That's all I couldn't, like, get past. Moonwind is supposed to be the funniest character, the silliest character. I just couldn't find him all that funny. And the other issue is, I know I said the animation is great, but I don't really like how the souls just look like one type of color. I like Soul because there's a lot of variety in color. There's yellow, there's red, there's purple, there's green, blue, and there's a bunch of other colors. That movie is very colorful. Soul kind of looks like they use one type of color for the souls, and that's not bad. I like the color combination they use. I just wish I would have seen a little more variety with each soul. You know what I mean? It's not really a con, it's more of a nitpick, but hey, that's only my opinion, right? So, thanks guys for watching. Check out Soul when you can. Let me know if you saw it. Let me know how you feel about it. And yes, I do think this is worth buying on Blu-ray. I just don't have it because it's not released on Blu-ray. At least not yet. Thanks guys for watching. It's time for me to take a bow and for me to say, that's a wrap.